Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our Edosphere podcast. This is episode 3 of our series where we reflect on what we have learned from our lessons. Communication is something we use every single day. We talk to our classmates, our teachers, our friends, and our families. But before learning this lesson, many of us thought communication was simply about speaking and listening. We didn't realize that conversations actually follow certain patterns and strategies. In our lesson about communicative strategies, we'll learn that people use different ways to manage conversations. These strategies help people express their thoughts clearly and help listeners understand the message better. Though this topic, we realize that communication is not only about words, it is also about how we start conversations, how we respond, how we manage topics, and even how we end them. These strategies help conversations become more organized, respectful, and meaningful.
Reflection about numeration and turn taking. One communicative strategy that really stood out to me is numeration and turn taking. Before learning this lesson, I often notice how discussions sometimes become chaotic when many people try to speak at the same time. It becomes difficult to understand each other. Numeration helps solve this problem because it allows someone to choose the next speaker in a conversation. For example, a teacher may ask a student to share their opinions. This ensures that everyone has a chance to speak. Turn taking is also important because it reminds us to respect the voice of others. It teaches us to patience and listening. Instead of interrupting someone, we wait for our turn. This made me realize that good communication is not only about expressing ourselves, but also giving others the opportunity to share their ideas.
Reflection about topic control. Another communicative strategy that I found very meaningful is topic control. Topic control helps keep the conversation focused on main subject. Without it, discussions may become confusing or unrelated to the purpose of the conversation. For example, during group activities in class, sometimes the conversation shifts to unrelated topics like jokes or personal stories. While this can be fun, they may also distract us from finishing the task. Through this lesson, I learned that controlling the topic is important in order to keep discussions productive. It helps conversations stay meaningful and organized. This strategy also taught me the importance of discipline in communication. Staying focused on the topic shows respect for the time and ideas of others.
Reflection about topic shifting. While topic control keeps discussion focused, another strategy called topic shifting allows conversation to move from one idea to another. Topic shifting happens when a speaker smoothly introduces a new subject. Well, for example, after finishing one discussion, someone might say, "Now let's talk about another important idea." Before learning about this strategy, I did not notice how often people naturally shift topics in conversation. Teachers use it during lessons, and even friends use it when conversation change naturally. This strategy helps conversation flow smoothly. Instead of ending suddenly, the discussion moves forward and continues with new ideas. Because of this lesson, I now understand that communication is not random. It actually follows certain patterns that people help understand each other better.
Reflection and repair and termination. Another important communicative strategy is repair. Repair happens when someone corrects or clarifies a misunderstanding in a conversation. Sometimes, people mishear words or misunderstand a message. When this happens, repair allows the speaker to explain their idea again. For example, someone might say, "Let me clarify what I meant." This helps avoid confusion and ensures that both people understand the message correctly. Another strategy is termination, which refers to ending a conversation politely. Ending conversations properly is also a sign of respect. Instead of leaving suddenly, people often say phrases like, "It was nice talking to you, or I have to go now. Through this lesson, I realized that even ending a conversation is part of effective communication.
Overall reflection and confusion. After learning about communicative strategies, we realize that communication is more complex than we originally thought. Every conversation we have follows patterns whether we notice them or not. These strategies help us manage discussion, understand each other better, and express our ideas clearly. From nomination and turn taking to topic control, topic shifting, repair, and termination, each strategy plays an important role in making communication effective. This lesson helped us become more aware of how we communicate with others. It reminded us, reminded us that communication is not only about speaking, but also about listening, respecting others, and guiding conversation in a meaningful way. As students, learning these strategies can help us become better communicators in school, in our future careers, in our future everyday lives. And that brings us to the end of episode 3 of our podcast. We hope our reflections help you continue understand communicative strategies and their importance in everyday conversation. Thank you for the listening, and remember, communication is not just about talking, it is about understanding.